subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
All right. Let's get who we got? Raise your hand if you're ready. Let's get do the right thing, and then we'll get Einstein. You do the right thing and then Einstein. Do the right thing. We're gonna get Einstein, then we're gonna get Al Hamid.
Okay, I'm on. Can you hear me?
What's up, brother?
Got me? Hey, thanks for having me, man. I'm on the East Coast now. I set my alarm to try to catch you.
Yes, sir.
So I'm drowsy here, but I'm gonna try to say what I want to say because it's very important. Listen, I put a map in my timeline. It shows you a map of the voter ID requirements in each state. All the states where these migrants are at requires no voter ID with no picture, no nothing. You'll see it on the West Coast, California, all the swing states. Pennsylvania's another one. So you can check out on my timeline. Listen,
Wow.
I want to say this about Kamala Harris right now. Why it's so important for FBAs to make sure you get out and vote. Don't sit at home. I was going to sit at home just like Tariq and just not vote for it. We have to go out and vote. Okay, vote for somebody, but don't stay at home because you want to make sure this woman loses. This woman is not a leader. She's a unprepared paid spokesperson for
Yep.
the DNC. Keep in mind, guys, the DNC is not a government entity. It's a private business. The RNC and the DNC are private businesses, and they're funded. The largest contributor to the DNC his name is George Soros. I want you to Google him. All right. He's a globalist. All right. These are the people, these billionaires, they attend these Davos conventions. They do it like once. You probably heard of it. It's in Switzerland. These are closed door meetings. They have these billionaires along. The Democrats have now gone global. That's why they're opening up the borders. They're doing it in Britain right now, England. They're having problems over there with the migrants. Everywhere they're coming, they're opening up the borders to first world nations. This is horrible for us. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if they can flood this country out with all these migrants, we'll never get our reparations. Okay, we're 40 million. We're 40 million in this country. When they passed the Immigration Reform Act in the 1980s, and I remember when they passed it, we fought for these Africans to come in here, y'all. We fought for them. Jesse Jackson had this Rainbow Coalition going. He was trying to get this voter block because he was really trying to be the first black president at the time. So he was fighting for them to come in because at that time the country was black and white. Let them in here. We fought for them to get in here. By the end of the 80s, there were 30,000 Nigerians in this country. By the end of the 80s. Now it's over 1 million. And look what we're stuck with. Joy Reid, Emmanuel Ocho. We got Myron Gaines. We got the woman who got hit with a brick. And we cannot have open borders. And Kamala Harris and that Democratic Party, this is what they want. They're globalists. Donald Trump, I wasn't going to vote for him, but Donald Trump is what you call a nationalist. It's America first. He's about America. And I don't even like Donald Trump. But in this case, we have to vote for this man. If we want to try, we have a better chance of getting reparations with Donald Trump than we do with Kamala Harris, even though none of them are offering us anything. Donald Trump is a lot better person than we think he is. He's never hurt us. That man has never hurt us. And I'm starting to think twice about him because the Democrats are just so foul and they're doing way too much, man. They're doing way, way, way too much and they're harming us. And these migrants here coming in here, they'll flood us out so easy. There are 1.2 billion sub-Saharan Africans right now, y'all. Do you know how easy? Nigeria's population is about to surpass us in 10 years. Just Nigeria. That's one country out of 54. One out of 54. Okay, there were 30,000 of them here in the late 80s. It's over 1 million now. And they were like nothing more than to come over here and undermine us. They have no loyalty to us. And I'll end with that. I have more to say. I'll talk your ear off. I got a whole lot to say, but I'm going to end there for now.
Thank you so much, brother. This brother was cooking. Come on now. The brother was cooking. Hey, listen. Let's keep it a bone. Donald Trump, and I've always said this, because they do a lot of fear-mongering when Donald Trump gets in office, because they had LeBron James kind of co-signing Kamala, and it's a lot of fear-mongering. He had some kind of ad and a bunch of clips. But look, Trump didn't do any policies that harmed us. He just didn't. And we just got to be very honest. We can talk about certain personal things he did or personal things he said, things he did when he wasn't in office back in the day. We can talk, yeah, we can discuss all of that. But policy wise, we got to be very honest, and I'm honest. Let's just be honest. Trump did not put any policies together to harm us. Einstein, what's happening?
Tariq, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How are you?
How's your night?
It's good, man. How's your night so far?
Oh, it's pretty good. I love this podcast scenario because it's so funny. It is so funny. It's my favorite thing to start the day. I just wait for your upload and I watch that while I drive to work.
Oh yeah, we have fun here, man. We try to make it entertaining and fun.
Right. So I have two questions, but before that, can I just debunk the nonsense that Giselle said a few minutes ago?
Go ahead.
Right. So the thing that these media companies, because all these polls are conducted by places like CBS and NBC, and what they do is they get paid like $10,000 per poll. So if you don't give the results that the Democrat Party wants, they just don't pay you. They've done that several times this year. And if polls were accurate, these campaigns wouldn't have their own internal polling. So all these polls are nonsense. And on average, Trump is up right now. So the polls are absolute bullshit, and Trump is on track to win. If I had to predict like what's going to happen, I think Trump's going to win, and the Democrats are going to do something in the House. Like they recently signed this law into place that the government can use lethal force on any citizen that protests like politically. So they're probably going to do something like that. Otherwise, these rulings don't make sense. And the other thing that Giselle said is that it's absolute nonsense that the president or the vice president can't do anything. On day one, Biden signed like 94 executive orders, and executive orders are just laws. Like they're complete laws. Like the Emancipation Proclamation, that was just an executive order, and the only reason it was put into the Constitution is because they wanted to make it almost impossible to overturn. Because executive orders are somewhat easy to overturn. Bills, same thing, but once you put it in the Constitution, it's impossible. And Kamala Harris, as a VP, she could have done so much more. She's the vice president, and our vice presidents in the past, like Cheney, basically ran all of our wars. So it's just excuse making over and over. And the fear mongering about Project 2025, which has absolutely nothing to do with Trump, it's just written by a bunch of Republicans that came together every 4 years and say, here's all the right wing policies that we can create, and they just release it as like a suggestions guide, similar to what like Planned Parenthood does. And so Kamala Harris and Joe Biden can sign literally anything they want into law right now, but they're just absolutely not. Kamala Harris is going as far as to say we're not going to do anything specifically targeting or specifically helping the black population. But if I had to defend, because I am a Trump supporter, I'll be perfectly clear about that. But at least in his first term, when Ice Cube tried to meet with both political parties before the election, only the Republicans met with them, and they got tangibles, or at least a proposed plan to spend like $500 billion only helping the black population. So, I mean, that's all I have to say. Oh, and the two questions I have is,
Hold tight.
I'm very sorry. You were saying?
Hold tight. I want you to hold tight because we got Debbie, the Democrat, in here.
Oh boy,
Debbie.
Deborah. Good morning, Tariq.
Hey, Deborah.
How you doing?
Love it.
Man, if y'all don't get up there and vote blue and vote for Kamala, Trump is so pathetic right now. I almost feel sorry for him. Like the Republican Party is literally keeping him busy like a little toddler. You know how when the toddlers go to preschool and they have the little play sets and you can pretend to be something? Like they got Trump out there pretending to be a McDonald's worker. He's pretending to be a garbage man in the orange vest. Like he is.
Hell, Kamala is pretending to be a foundational Black American woman. So everybody's pretending then, right? If we're going to talk about pretending, you don't want to go there. Kamala's been pretending this whole campaign. Go ahead, Deborah. Unmute yourself, beloved.
Kamala is killing the game right now. She's killing the polls. It's just the way she walks with confidence right now. Like she is just killing it. And I feel so sorry for Trump. I feel he is so sad right now. He can't go forward. He can't go back. He knows he's probably gonna spend his twilight years in prison or in exile. It's just so sad for him right now. Like this is the guy who used to be the billionaire dude, and now he is just the sad dude. So sad. And he's gonna lose, and it's gonna be spectacular. And
he's sad, and he's up in the polls, and he's about to be president next week. So how is he sad? Go ahead. Go ahead, dear. I mean, he's up in the polls. He don't have anything to be sad about, but go ahead.
Now, if y'all Google it right now, if y'all go ahead, Google it right now, even the Fox News has Kamala leading him by a point, and Fox News don't even like Kamala. Like, it's just pathetic what he's going through right now. And you know what the saddest part is? You know what the worst part is? You know what the real
Einstein, speak on that, sir.
Sorry, it kept cutting out when Deborah was speaking, but if I had to guess what she said, did she say something about Trump dressing up and that looking bad and how some polls have Trump up and maybe he's going to spend time in jail or something? It kind of cut off, but is
Yeah.
that
Yeah, she said also the last thing she said was that even Fox News has Kamala up some points over Trump.
Yeah, what she's missing out is when Fox News does their polling, they have a right wing pollster and a left wing pollster, and they both work together, so they tend to be more accurate than the other pollsters. So it's not that Fox News is some left leaning organization putting out poll results for Trump, when throughout history they've always been somewhat more accurate than these left leaning pollsters.
he doesn't have a path forward in electoral Congress. He's not going to win Wisconsin. They're still pissed about what they
No,
did with the Wisconsin
actually,
idea.
no.
He's not going to win Pennsylvania. That's done. As a matter of fact, Trump
I don't
might
know
not
what
even
you're
win
talking about.
Ohio.
You're just making stuff up now.
Trump might not even win Ohio, which is going to be pathetic. If Trump loses Ohio, it's
Trump
over.
Trump and the Republicans are overperforming Democrats on early voting and beating the Democrats at their own game. They're on track to win.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you look at the polling, he's up in many of the swing states.
Don't stop believing.
Yeah.
Hold on to that
Oh,
feeling.
come on.
Y'all gonna lose. I don't even understand why Tariq. Honestly and truly, I finally figured out because I've been listening to you night after night after night, and I finally figured out why Tariq Nasheed does not. I finally figured it out why you all are losing and why you all are losing badly, because you're not for anything. You're only against everything.
Who's losing?
You against immigrants. You against women.
No, Deborah, your girl is losing, beloved.
Anybody who won't stand up for anything will fall for.
Deborah, you're delusional, beloved. Kamala Harris is losing, and you know she's losing. We're just talking numbers. This is not opinions. We're talking real numbers, early polling, and even all the betting sites, all of them. Everybody's putting their money on a Kamala loss. This is not me. I'm a realist. I'm all about numbers. I ain't you in here singing and you trying to cope. I ain't doing none of that. I ain't got no emotions. I'm all about numbers.
Well, that's the sad part. Maybe you should get in touch with your feelings, sir. Maybe you should get.
I feel like eating some biryani chicken when Kamala loses. I'm going to go to an Indian restaurant when she loses, and I'm going to have some marsalas and some uh, goop soup. Yeah, I'm gonna have a great time because I would love to see her lose. For her to get out here and say what she ain't gonna do for black people, I want her to lose. I absolutely want her to lose. Yeah. And Deborah, what are you gonna do when she loses? Now they're not gonna invite you to the NAACP brunch no more. You're not gonna be able to bring some of your
I don't go to the NAACP brunch now. What am I gonna do with them old ass Negroes? Anyway,
you
what am I gonna do with the damn NAACP?
out there trying to roll.
What
You
significant legislation?
up there doing the electric slide with Roland's fat ass. That's what you're not gonna be able to do the electric slide with Roland.
What significant legislation has the NAACP
You're
proposed
not
or
be able to do the Dougie with Jesse Jackson no more, sweetie. It's
done?
over. The rap.
Yeah, nah, ain't nobody interested in the NAACP. I'm gonna keep. You know what I'm gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Do you really want to know?
What?
I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep working.
Go ahead, Deborah. You gonna keep doing what, dear? Go ahead, Deb.
I'm gonna keep working with the youth of my community, the young black men, and young black women in my community. I'm gonna keep moving it forward. I'm gonna keep working on my literacy campaign. And
There you go. There you go. You gotta cope with the loss. Thank you so much. Now let me have T.S. Giselle answer Einstein, because Einstein did refute some of T.S. Giselle's claims. T.S. Giselle, hop back on, please.
First off, I want to say shout out to my K Hive and Democrat sister, Miss Debbie. I know that's right, honey. Thank you for coming on here. Also, perpetuating the lies coming from Einstein. I don't know what legitimate news source says that Trump is winning the election. Like y'all gotta, because Tariq, you're going to disappoint your audience because you every night spew this ridiculousness that Kamala is not up in this election.
She,
She's up in the majority of. You also told another lie, Tariq,
what was that?
that Trump is winning all the swing states. That's not true. When you look at the poll of polls,
Most of the swing states he's winning.
Kamala. No, he's not. What swing state is he winning? There are 7 swing states in this election. Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, Nevada, Arizona. The only state that he may have a be up is maybe Arizona, and even that's up in the air. And Kerry Lake's crazy ass is going to drag him down in Arizona as well.
Oh, now hold on, Einstein. Go ahead, sir.
Sorry, it kept cutting out when Giselle was speaking. What did she say?
No, she said that Trump is losing in the swing states. She's saying that Kamala Harris is winning in most of the swing states, and I'm saying it's the opposite. Trump is up in the swing states. Go ahead, Einstein.
All right, let's just assume all the polls are wrong and let's just look at their actions. All of the Senate candidates in these swing states are not using Kamala in their ads. They're talking about how well they worked with Trump. They're moving money from swing states,
What
from
state? See,
non-swing
no, no, no,
states.
no, no, sir. See, you're dealing with an intellectual. So when you make that accusation, you got to specify and identify the states that you're referring to. What states? Don't just say that. What state?
I'm sorry, it keeps cutting out. I don't know what you're saying.
It's not cutting
Hold
out.
on.
This is called how you clear
No.
a bit.
Hold on. So T.S. Giselle said, what states? What states are these ads being run in? That's what T.S. Giselle was at.
Yeah, I don't know where you got your education from, but I
Wisconsin,
graduated from the illustrious North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University, sir.
Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. The Senate candidates there are running ads praising Trump and how well these Senate candidates work with Trump. They're moving money from non-swing states into these random races that were supposed to be safe Democrat seats. And it looks like they basically gave up the election and they're moving all their money to down ballot races, which indicates only one thing. They basically gave up on the election and they're trying to save their best, trying to do their best to save down ballot races. So all these people, all like, even if you ignore all the polls are wrong, all
That
the
is
betting
a
markets are
lie.
wrong, all the
That
pundits
is a
are wrong.
lie. And two of those races are very close. They are. However, we also have to look at the makeup of the state. While Democrats is considered to be the Rust Bucket states, the Democratic blue wall, Kamala still is a female. She's a minority. So, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, these are very white states, and there's a various demographics of white people in those states, and so we know that senatorial races can be very different from presidential national elections. So, but even with that being said, in the poll of polls, the Democrats are up in 2 of those 3 races. And in the one senatorial race in Pennsylvania, the Republican is up by 1. All 3 of those races are very close. But again, your statement was false. So before you come for me,
I'm
you
sorry,
better
I
have your
have no idea
receipts.
what you just said.
Before
It
you
just
come
cut
for
off.
me, sir, you better have your receipts together because I got mine.
I'll debunk anything you said because they're all bullshit. I just don't know what you
I
said.
just I just gave you the average poll of polls in those 3 races that you specify, and the Democrats are up in 2 of those 3 races.
So you're saying out of the,
Now,
I'm guessing by 3 races, you're talking about Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan, and that Kamala Harris is up in 2 of
those
them.
are the states that you identified. Did you not?
Wait, I just want you to confirm. Is that what you're saying? That in those 3 states, Kamala's up in 2 of them?
Those not the 3 Senate races that you identified? Yes or no?
No, I'm asking you yes or no, because I'm only getting like half of your message. I just want you to confirm so I can debunk it. Are you saying
So
out of
he's
those
only
3?
getting half of my messages now. How ironic.
Okay, I still have no idea what you're saying. Tariq, is could you please summarize what she said?
Well, I suggest you tiptoe down to Verizon and pay your phone bill
Answer.
and get a
But
good connection.
this is how you tell motherfuckers losing when they get into all of these semantics. He's asking a direct question. You and
This is what I give. If you're going to debate with me, this is what I'm going to give. But I'm also factual, and he referenced 3 Senate races. Democrats are up in 2 of the 3 races. Kamala is up in all 3 of those states as well.
No,
Pennsylvania is
Kamala's
technically
not up.
tied.
Kamala's not up. The when you look at
Yes,
the
she
no, she's
is.
not. No, she's not. When you look at the averages, Trump was up until like this morning when CNN put in an outlier poll that had Kamala up like 8 points. When all the other polls had Trump up, this one poll it's called an outlier. When you add an outlier to something else, you bring the average down to something else. Kamala's only up by like 0.1 in those 2 states, whereas Trump was up by like 0.5 or up to a point just a day before. So if you want to just go back in time to a day ago, then Trump was a clear favorite, and Trump always outperforms the polls. He outperforms them by like 2 or 3 points at least. So if Kamala's up by 0.2 when Biden was up by 8 and was up by like 6 at this exact point in time 4 and 8 years ago, then Kamala's she's gonna lose, is what I'm saying.
yeah.
Again, that is not factual. The polls do not reflect that. You still have not posted or referenced a single poll that is showing what
You
your
go. All you doing is just saying no because you say so. All right, but thank you both. Thank you both. All right. So you gotta bring some receipts. You just can't say just because you say We're not doing that. Let's get I am in the building. Let's get I am in here. I am. Hop on in. I am somebody.
Great rising, brother Tariq. How you
I'm
doing?
good. How are you? I am.
I'm well. I woke up because some of the family woke me up. But I just had a quick question for you. When you if I don't know if you went to vote or not, but did you see Dion D. Jenkins on the ballot?
No.
Oh, okay. I just making sure.
Was he supposed to be on the ballot?
I mean, that's what he said he was running for president, so I thought maybe he's on the ballot. I asked him, he got upset.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I didn't see that. But anyway, thank you, dear. Let's get RJ the Angry Tether in. Let's get RJ the Angry Tether. The Democrat shield. He really wants Kamala support because he needs some of his cousins over here. RJ, what's up, man?
What's up, Tariq? You all right?
I am good, man. Are you how you holding up over there with Kamala not doing so good in the polls?
Not doing so good.
Right, she's not doing so good.
The Economist has her winning,
Oh,
so I feel like that's pretty good.
the economy
And the
board. That all the betting sites across the board has her losing, man.
betting sites are not polls. Betting sites are for betting sake. That's all. They're not.
They
They don't
they
count how many people are supporting anyone.
they got money on the line, so their assessments will be a little more accurate because there's actual money on the line. So people tend to be more accurate when there's money on the line. But go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead.
People can also be delusional and bet on who they like. So that's not a thing. That's not. It's irrelevant. If you put your money on betting sites on who people like on a betting site.
Most people don't bet for what they like. That's not how people bet. Most bettors, especially professional gamblers, they bet very strategically. They don't give a damn about who's liked or loved. They look at who's more likely to win based on numbers and track records. They are very strategic. So a lot of sites are looking at a Kamala loss. Now, what are you going to do, sir, when all of your buddies, your families get deported? Are you going to go back home and build something up? What are you going to do?
All the polls are looking at Kamala win. I feel like you're setting up a cheating conspiracy because you know that when she wins, you're just going to be like, oh, all the polls had her down, so they must have cheated. So I feel like you're setting up a cheating conspiracy, and that's what Trump is doing too.
Sir, Hillary was up and doing well in the national polls and still lost. Kamala ain't even up where Hillary was, and she's like neck and neck, and Trump is beating her in many.
Yeah, the pollsters are over adjusting. They are over compensating. They settled all that Hillary embarrassment ages ago, and now they're just overcompensating. People are underestimating Kamala. They're overcompensating for the Hillary loss, but everyone that Trump supported in 2022, they all lost. Trump himself lost in 2020. No one is jacking whatever Trump is giving. No one's jacking it. Trump. The only reason I wanted to say this for a while. The only reason that Trump won in 2016 is because he was new. That's simply it. Because he was new, the population and the establishment wanted to see what Trump could offer, and they saw that he's unstable.
And
Right?
here's
They saw that he's.
the thing. See, the only reason Biden and those guys won, the pandemic was happening, and I think it was a finesse, but ain't no pandemic right now. There is no pandemic. So everybody's on their own merit right now. There's no.
Yeah, and the women are coming out in droves. Black men support has risen, so it's looking crazy for Trump. Trump is gonna lose bad, and if you're setting up a cheating conspiracy, you're getting people's hopes up. It's gonna look crazy for you.
Sir, you're mad for a reason. You've been calling up mad all the time. Every other day you call up mad. Winners don't get mad. You understand? Winners don't be all mad. All of the K-hivers last night, we had a K-hiver. The dude had a nervous breakdown in here. He was about to cry. Yeah. T.S. Giselle is upset, trying to hide it. T.S. Giselle's voice is getting deep as hell. When Kamala loses next week, T.S. Giselle gonna be crying in a deep voice. T.S. Giselle, the voice is high right now, but when Kamala loses next week, T.S. Giselle's gonna be sounding like Herman Munster. You're gonna have a deep nigga cry. Oh, all the testosterone is gonna come right back. Oh, T.S. Giselle about to get me. Hold on. T.S. Giselle's gonna get me. Giselle, are you gonna be crying next week in your deep voice?
So I'm letting you know right now, Tariq, after Kamala mollywops Donald Trump, because she's going to mollywop him. It's going to be an electoral landslide. I am hosting my first Twitter space in like 2.5 years. I've only hosted maybe one or two anyway. I'm hosting a space, and like I told y'all, I am running you inwards down. And you're my number one target.
And the only thing that's gonna be running is tears from your eyes when you do that big back heavy cry when she loses. You're gonna be standing outside on Peachtree Boulevard with your big back out and some kitten heels with a deep baritone cry. Oh no.
Tariq,
It real
Pennsylvania.
go.
People, Pennsylvania is where the win is. Pennsylvania, and guess what?
And I'm sorry,
Democrats,
RJ. RJ's correct. I
yeah,
think that what y'all are.
Democrats are flooding the zone in Pennsylvania. Democrats are flooding the zone in Pennsylvania, and it's like a 300K ballot difference, meaning the Democrats have voted already.
I didn't block you, brother. Oh, okay. What is TJ? Okay. TS, I don't want you putting up your damn pictures. Okay. Okay, RJ, you're going in and out. I don't know what's going on, brother. You're going in and out. But yeah, it's gonna be heavy. It's gonna be heavy next week. When when them polls come in, and when it's gonna come in fast, I think it's gonna be a landslide very fast. I think Trump is gonna hit those electoral college votes. It's gonna be real fast, and TS Giselle is gonna be up there popping some popcorn, like, oh no. Oh, it's gonna be real deep.
Hello, everybody.
Black Beauty, how are you, dear?
Hey, I'm okay. My voice is low. The weather crazy now here in Texas. I'm in Houston.
Oh,
So I just have a question.
go ahead, dear.
So, what about if you like literally undecided, uh, either like I'm a mother of 5 children,
Damn.
have a son in the Navy, but I've been married 15 years as well. So what if, both of us are able to vote and things like that. And so what about being undecided? Like, what if we just don't know who to vote for and y'all are just trying, I'm not gonna say y'all. I apologize about that. So we just not really, like, I can't tell you a law that Kamala Harris has. I can't tell, like, I don't like Trump just because of, the propaganda and things that have been put out about him. And now I feel like that I'm gonna ride with Kamala just because of, but the thing about it is a lot of us feel like this. We just don't know how to come on and say, you're just gonna vote for this lady because we don't like Trump, or but we don't I don't know nothing for policies. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Ain't got none. She ain't got none. It's no. Don't vote for her just because you don't like Trump. That ain't it. Her
Okay, so would you recommend that I just don't vote? 'Cause you definitely have to vote.
go vote. Hell, vote for Jill Stein or vote for an independent. Just vote for anybody but Kamala. Anybody but her ass. That's all you got to do. Anybody but Kamala. That's how you do it. If you want your voice to be heard, you don't want to stay home, just go vote anybody but for Kamala. You can write in a vote. You can write in who you want to write in. Yeah. Very interesting. All right. How many folks we got in here? We got a lot of folks in here. Okay, let me get up out of here. I ain't doing no 3-4 hour space. Last night we were here damn near 4 hours. I ain't about to do that with y'all. Let me get up out of here. Listen, fam. You guys go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Hidden History Museum. Get the book, Hidden Heroes from A to Z, ladies and gentlemen. Very good history book for children and young adults. Hidden History from A to Z. You guys have a great night. Papi Akute Lulavuve to the family. Peace.
Hi, I'm Mateo. Do you want to learn about Hidden Heroes? Hidden Heroes from A to Z is a cool book that tells the stories of amazing black heroes you might not know about. You'll meet inventors, you'll meet explorers, and leaders who changed the world. It's fun, inspiring, and you can learn so much. Get your copy now at hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Let's discover our hidden heroes together.